Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I wanted to do a really quick video. This was requested by one of my subscribers, and her name is Alyssa Reads Books 21, and she was commenting on my March haul, the part 2. She wanted to know how I read so many books a month, especially being a mom, and if I had any tips. So here's a quick video for you, Alyssa. My tip is to read more than one book at a time. Now I know lots of people are like, whoa, how do you go about doing that? How do you stay, involved in each book? And, what if you can't do that? And that's just a tip that I go by. I think it's easier for me to read more than one book because then I don't know how to say it. I just feel more accomplished, because at the end, when you're done with the books, you're done with not just one book, but say 2 or 3 at exactly the same time. As a mom on a regular day, I pick two books, maybe 3 if the third one is short, but usually just the 2 books, and I assign it. So I give myself 5 to 7 days to read the book, and I divide that by how many chapters there are in the book. So, for example, the book that I'm reading now, which is In the Shadow of Blackbirds, I know that it is 31 chapters. I divided that by 7, which makes me have to read, and I wrote it down here, 4 chapters a day. And 4 chapters doesn't seem like very much, to a normal person, 4 chapters is doable, especially if the chapters are short. Some of these chapters are 9 pages, and you can do, I'm not doing it all in one sitting, I'm doing it throughout the day. So 4 chapters just from this book alone. In 7 days, I will be done with this book. But I also do 4 chapters from this book as well. So that's 8 chapters, and that may not be doable for some people, but for me, I make it work. I've said this in a video before. I do read 1 chapter every morning when I'm in the shower, but while the water is getting warm or whatnot. And sometimes the chapters are really long, and so I only read half the chapter, but mainly it's 10 minutes. About 10 minutes of my shower I dedicate to reading, and then I get out and I go about my morning, but then I read again while I drop my kid off at school, and then when I come home from school I might read a chapter. But I always do it by chapters. Some people like to read so many pages. I don't stop until I get to that chapter mark, and then I go and do something else. Or I will give myself rewards for doing something. So, it's pretty simple. I go when I do the dishes, and my reward for doing the dishes is a chapter. I go and I do another chore, I read a chapter. And so I feel like I'm accomplishing my reading, and it makes me, feel eager to get this chore done with so I can read a chapter. And by the end of the night, I will have, finished the chapters that were my requirement. And if the book is really, really good, then I will just continue and try to make it even. So if I read one more chapter of this book, I'll read one more chapter in the other book, just so, again, I end my my week off where both the books have been read. Otherwise, for example, The Coming of Mara Dyer. That book was intensely good, and so I only read that book. I did have other books that I was supposed to read at that moment, but I didn't stop at the required chapters. I read, I think, for 5 hours straight on a weekend. I didn't go to bed until 4 a.m., and then I finished the book the next day. So it doesn't matter if you are a student or a mom or you have a busy schedule. If you put your chapters down in writing and kind of like commit to them, I'm sure you can get them done. And you can start off with only 2 chapters a day. But if you do, say, like 2 or 3 books at one time, and then you only do 2 chapters a day, and if you're the type of person that can't get in the mood to read more than one book at a time because you feel like you're going to lose yourself and not know about the book that you are currently reading, you can always take notes. But I can pick up pretty quickly from one book to the other. And I also don't read books that are like way off topic. Like I don't read an extreme romantic book and then read a killer book, you know what I mean? Or it's going to be 2 similar books, like the 2 genres will be similar, so that way it's not hard for me to transition between both books. These books that I'm reading now are both about paranormal. They're both paranormal books, so they're both about, you know, ghosts or demons or, you know, whatever, but they're both creepy. And so I'm able to transition between the 2 quite easily. And I hope that made sense, Alyssa. I hope that this video was to your liking. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.